Hi, I'm Ella, welcome to my channel. If you're watching this video, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you took part in NaNoWriMo 2017, and you're now wondering what comes next. Well, hopefully, first of all, you've taken a long break from writing, you've sat back, enjoyed Christmas, and now as we're coming into the new year, you're getting ready to start thinking about writing again. What exactly you do next is going to depend very much on what you did during NaNoWriMo and how much you achieved, what stage you're at. So I'm sure there are some of you out there who have finished and that's it, your work is complete, it's ready for the world to see. If that's you, well done, that's amazing. The next step for you is to try find publication. You can either go down the traditional route of sending your manuscript off to publishers and hope that someone likes it enough to publish it and they'll sort everything for you. It might be worthwhile to add in here that publishers traditionally aren't big fans of people who have written novels during NaNoWriMo. Now that may be changing, but I think the general stereotype is that novels written during NaNoWriMo are rushed and they don't have as much thought and time and planning put into them as actual novels, and that they're all just a bit rubbish. I don't know if this perception is changing, but that may be something to take into account. Maybe mentioning that it was a NaNoWriMo novel when you're approaching a publisher might not come across in the best way. Alternatively, you could just wait a month or two and then hopefully they won't link your novel to NaNoWriMo. Or you can go down the more modern route of self-publishing. I believe that Amazon has a pretty easy to use system so that it's quite easy for you to get your work out there. However, I have not heard necessarily great things about how they deal with and treat the self-published writers. I think it's a good idea just to do some market research first and decide where you're going to take it and how exactly you're going to publish it. But I'm assuming very few people are at this point. The majority of you, I would assume, are at the editing phase. I've never reached this phase, but I've heard that it's long. Now, there's many different ways to approach this. Everyone has their own take, but I'm just going to throw out some suggestions and hopefully one of them's useful for you. Hopefully this applies to everyone, but I would advise a long break. Hopefully you've taken one since NaNoWriMo and you haven't really done much writing since then, because it's a good idea just to take a break from that piece of work, set it aside, so that when you come back to it you've got a fresh set of eyes, and it's easier to be more critical because you're not so engrossed in it at the moment. Alternatively, you can get a trusted friend to read through it and help you out. That might be a good idea to do anyway as well. I like the idea of going through it myself to make sure that it doesn't sound absolutely ridiculous, and then getting someone else to come in and look at it again once I've fixed all of the obvious things, and then go through it again and again and again and keep taking breaks between each revision. Like, put it to the side, work on something else, go do something else for a good while, not just like a few hours, like a couple of days at least, until you're happy with it. Now, I guess there's various different approaches to this. You can either start at the beginning and work your way through, or you can read the whole thing through, make notes, see what you need to change. Maybe you could create a document, have everything listed out, and then where things don't work, you're able to pull them around until it works again, and then sit down and rewrite that section, or like edit those sections. Or you could just jump in at random places. Wherever you see something, just go in there and then and fix it. So what could be helpful with this is in April, NaNoWriMo, they host Camp Nano. It's essentially NaNoWriMo, but smaller scale. It's another month of writing where you can work on whatever you want. So that can be a really good environment to get writing and maybe get those edits done. The final group of people that I'm going to address today is those who haven't finished their novel during NaNoWriMo. I am one of those. So for us, our job is simple. Keep going. Like I've said about everything else, hopefully you've taken a break to refresh yourself and you're now ready to get back into writing. The NaNoWriMo site itself has really good goal trackers that you can use for this, or create your own. Set your own targets and goals and just keep working on it. Personally, I wrote 10,000 words for NaNoWriMo this year. Now that may have been a fifth of the 50,000 word count, but that was far less than a fifth of my novel. So my plan is to keep writing, and I'm going to assume that my novel is going to end up incredibly long. And I know it doesn't need to be. I know it needs to be a lot more concise in places. I had a 6,000 word chapter, for crying out loud. Nothing needs to be that long. So I'm going to be working on this over the year, and then hopefully by NaNoWriMo 2018, I will have finished that. So during NaNoWriMo 2018, my goal will then be to do the first edit. I'm no good at editing. I can't make the small edits to cut down word count or anything. I need to rewrite sections. So my NaNoWriMo 2018 is going to be rewriting my entire novel. Basically what I'm writing now is just going to be a really detailed plan, essentially. I mean, that's probably my second draft by that point, but that's my plan. So, it's been over a year since I started planning for Nano, and if you've stuck with me this whole way, wow, thank you. If you've joined part way but caught up, again, thank you. I hope that some of these videos have been useful in some way. I'm hopefully gonna keep posting like the occasional writing help video, or like writing inspiration is probably a better way of putting that. I don't know what exactly yet, I'll have a think about it, and I'll probably, again, do something closer to NaNoWriMo next year. I suppose these videos could also be helpful in helping you plan for next year's NaNoWriMo. I would love to hear how everyone got on with their NaNoWriMos and what you're planning next. If you found this useful, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe to stay updated when my next videos come out. Till next time, bye!